What's up guys, AD back with another Nikke Goddess of Victory video, and here we are in the Outpost. Now I'll be telling you about everything that I've come across so far in this adorable area of Nikke. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more Nikke Goddess of Victory content. Also make sure to check out channel memberships while you're down there if you'd like to support the channel further. So with all of that being said, let's get started here with the basics, as we do have two icons to the top left here, one being the brief encounter bubble, which will symbolize if there's an event happening around the outpost, and to the right of the action bubble we do have your current stamina. First, we have that a brief encounter actually does use up stamina, and we do have here that stamina restores 5 times every week, so make sure to use all of it. And last but not least here, the base stamina is 5, and this can be increased by leveling up your infrastructure core, which we'll dive deeper into later. Now with the basics out of the way, let's get started here with the icons at the bottom of our screen here. To the far right here, we have the Tactics Academy. This is a research facility that educates Nikkes on combat tactics. Let's head on in and see what we can find here. As you can see, we have our current class on screen. For myself, I'm currently on Class B, Lesson 2-1. Now to take part in a lesson, you must have the required Nikke, and you must have the following tasks complete that are listed towards the right hand side of the screen. As you can see, first here we do need to have 1-3 dispatch lesson complete. Next, we need to construct the train station, and last but not least here, we need to have 200k credits ready to take part in this lesson. Once you have all of the requirements checked off in blue here, you'll be able to take part in the selected lesson. And our reward here for studying this specific lesson will unlock 3 additional building slots for our outpost, and then we can move on to Class B, Lesson 2-2 here. These lessons will start out at Class A and end all the way at Class I here at this point in time. Now come post launch, we may have access to more lessons, so we'll just have to wait and see if they do happen to add in more. Now if you would like to see all of the increases that you'll receive from these certain courses, they're listed on the top right hand side of your screen here. As you can see, we do have the Outpost Defense on screen. Next, we do have the dispatch lesson rewards, as well as the Synchro Device here. And next up, we do have the Outpost rewards here as well. And last but not least here, we do have the intercept lesson rewards. So a pretty nice area here in the Outpost. Make sure to work on your lessons, as you'll definitely want to receive these buffs to your outpost. Moving on to the icon to the right of the academy, we have the Synchro Device. This building here will share battle data from a selected team of Nikkes to other selected Nikkes of your choice. Now let's head on in and check out how it works. As you can see here towards the top of the screen, we have my current team of Nikke. Now these Nikkes have been automatically swapped in and out based on the highest to lowest levels of my invested Nikke. The selected Nikke below will have their level boosted to replicate the lowest leveled unit of the roster above. Regardless of their current level, they'll still be able to be boosted to match the lowest leveled unit in the lineup above. So for example here, since Brid is currently my lowest level at only level 48, the Nikkes selected below will replicate her level. Now if I happen to have a team of 5 Nikkes at level 80, the units below will also be level 80, even though we haven't given them any resources at all. You'll be able to access 5 slots upon unlocking this area, but you'll also have the chance to obtain 15 additional slots for free through the campaign as well as through the academy lessons. Additional slots can also be purchased for 500 gems each, and honestly this system here is amazing. If you happen to pull a new character and don't happen to have the resources available to level them up, you can just head on into here and toss them in, and they'll be boosted to a high level immediately. Units can be swapped in and out every 4 hours per slot, as you can see based on the cooldown to the right of my Nikkes on screen and the confirmation on screen of the 4-hour cooldown. Next up, we have the command center. This is our workspace as the commander, so let's head on in. Here we are in the cozy command center. Now let's start out with the recollection icon here towards the top of your screen. The recollection area will contain the cutscenes that you've come across here from each chapter in Nikke Goddess of Victory. We also have the Brief Encounters tab, which includes cutscenes from the outpost itself. You can sort of think of this area as a cutscene library. To the right of the recollection, we have the Lost Relics. These secret relics are collected from the campaign stages, so make sure to keep your eye open for these hidden items while you're playing through the campaign. Just under the Lost Relics, relics, we have the jukebox, and honestly it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a jukebox here that'll play music tracks that you've collected throughout the campaign, so be sure to collect all of them if you'd like to sit and listen to the game's soundtrack. Last but not least, we have the advise button here towards the coffee table. This area here is pretty much the affection system here on Nikke, Goddess of Victory. You can give gifts and chat with your favorite characters, and you'll come across exclusive scenarios with each and every one of them. Be sure to give your favorite waifu tons of gifts here and chat with them to increase their bond levels and obtain their exclusive episodes. Also, rank increases will grant them additional stats here, so be sure to level them up as much as possible. Towards the right of the command center, we have the recycling room. This research facility here focuses on improving combat power by using surplus Nikke parts, so let's head on in and check it out. First up, we have the joint research, which will increase the power of all of your Nikke here at the center of the screen. Above the general research, we have the class research towards the top here. That'll increase the power of all Nikke in the class that you've selected for research. As you can see, we do have the attacker class, the defender class, as well as the supporter class. Towards the bottom here, we have the manufacturer research, which will increase the power of all Nikke from the manufacturer that you've selected for research. As you can see, we do have the Elysian research, the missiles research, as well as the Tetra, and of course, last but not least, the Pilgrim research. Now you can obtain the re-energy needed for general research, as well as the shards needed to level up your manufacturers, as well as the specific class research from the shard label shop. The currency for the shard label shop will pile up fairly easily, as you'll be pulling tons of SR and rare Nikke dupes to fund this area of the outpost. To the far right here, we have the infrastructure core. This is a research facility where commanders can receive various benefits by completing their list of achievements. So let's head on in and check it out. As we can see here, we have our current infra stage on screen here being stage 2, and we're at 100 out of 700 towards reaching stage 3. You'll also be able to obtain some shards from this area. As you can see, I've obtained 10 low and 10 high quality shards that I've received already. Now we can find out a little bit about the infrastructure core here towards the top left, as it looks a little bit confusing at first, honestly. But first up, we have the infrastructure core is a facility that provides a variety of convenience functions for commanders. Next up, we have the infrastructure core leveling. When infrastructure P reaches the maximum value of the current level, the infrastructure core will level up. Leveling up the core can have various effects, and last but not least here, obtaining infrastructure P can be obtained by completing achievements when clearing chapters, obtained when a player levels up, and obtained by purchasing items with real world currency. So basically, we can level up this facility by completing achievements throughout Nikke's main campaign, by leveling up, and by purchasing packages here in the premium shop after launch. As for the chip info buffs here throughout each infra core stage, we have the following on screen, so be sure to pause as needed if you'd like to view all of them, as we currently do have a ton of buffs that can be obtained to the outposts that do come from this area alone. So you'll definitely want to work on your infrastructure cores as much as possible so you can receive all of these amazing buffs. As for the second to last icon here under the command center, we have the bulletin board. Now you can dispatch your units here to explore, and they'll return with rewards. The dispatch level range will change after you've completed certain lessons at the academy, so make sure to complete your lessons to maximize the rewards here from these dispatch missions. As you guys can see here on screen, these missions can produce various amounts of rewards, so definitely make sure to submit your Nikkes as much as possible and level it up through the academy. Last but not least, here towards the right of the bulletin board, we have the Outpost Defense. This idle area here basically just accumulates a ton of credits, battle data, reports, and equipment over time. You can level up the Outpost Defense by clearing the campaign, as well as completing lessons at the academy. The wipeout button here towards the bottom left hand side will also grant us one free sweep of rewards daily as well, so make sure to use this as soon as possible so you can take advantage of it per day. So make sure to claim this free wipeout, as after the initial wipeout, you'll have to toss crystals to wipe it out once again. You can also increase the free wipeout chances by leveling up your infrastructure core stage. So that'll pretty much do it for the Outpost rundown here on Goddess of Victory Nikke. I honestly love this area so much, and it's definitely an area that you should make a priority once the game does officially launch. The music here is honestly pretty amazing as well. But anyways everyone, make sure to let me know in the comment section below what you do think of the Outpost, as well as make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more Nikke videos. Also make sure to check out channel memberships down below if you're interested in supporting the channel further, and make sure to check out the other links to my Twitter account, Twitch channel, and of course a Discord server. But with all of that being said, I'll catch you all in the next Nikke video. As always, thank you all so much for watching.